Hello guys, Lee here with another video of Selenium with C Sharp. So in this video we're going to have a look at NUnit, how to use it and what NUnit does. So what NUnit is, it's basically a framework used to manage your test cases uh, or tests, if you can put it in that way. I like to call them test cases. I'd like to actually plan it as my test cases. So we're just gonna get started. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also comment and let me know what other videos you want me to do. If you want us to tackle something, then I can also do that. If you want us to work on a solution, then we can find a way to do it. Okay, I'm gonna get started on console app here. So the test cases I'm going to have here, they're actually Google. So basically we're going to have one test case that comes to advertising, one test case that comes to business, and another test case that comes to about. I think that should give you an idea of what is actually happening. I'm just going to call it Google NUnit. Google Unit, yeah, it's Google Unit, it's fine. So basically you can substitute what I'm doing in your own project. This should give you an idea of actually how to use NUnit in your environment. Perfect. So first things first, as usual, we have to get the packages that we are going to use on this project. As you know, we always have to get our selenium. Oh, there's NUnit. Wait a minute. We haven't started with you yet. Someone is eager. Okay, Selenium WebDriver. First on the lineup. Then we need the Chrome WebDriver. We're going to use the Chrome browser for this. If you've seen my other videos, I also use Firefox as well. Okay, those two are installed. Now, these are the new players on the team. It's NUnit. Oh, there it goes. Right, an eager one. Perfect. Now, the second one that we're actually going to use is test unit and NUnit test adapter. Test adapter, it should come up. Yes, there we go. NUnit test 3 adapter. We're going to install that one. Okay, perfect. So we've got all that we need. Now other people do it well. If this is actually a small project, you can do everything here, but if you might want a better way to manage your stuff, you might actually, like the way I do it, I like to create classes. So we're gonna go over there, we're gonna say new. Where is new? We're actually going to add new item, which we're going to add a class. I hope I'm not going too fast here. I'm going to call this class Google. Perfect. Just like we did with the other ones, we're going to add those packages to this class. So we're going to say using openqa.selenium. Never forget that one. Now we need to introduce our new player to the game. So we're going to say add NUnit dot framework. That's the only new thing that we're adding. Okay. Since we are going to be using NUnit here, we just need to add test fixture. Show that okay, we are going to be using NUnit here. Okay, perfect. So in NUnit, there's actually 3 attributes that we use. I'm going to explain all of them one by one. Then we'll actually see how they work. Okay, setup. Okay, so what happens here is setup. This attribute is actually a way to introduce a method that will be called each time before we run a test. So each time we execute a test, whatever is in the setup is what is going to happen. So I'll show you how it works better, how it works with the method. So in our case, our method, the first thing that's going to happen before all the tests are executed, we're going to actually load google.com. So we're going to add that method here that we've introduced under setup. So just edit it quickly. I'm going to call this initialize. You can call it whatever you want actually. So this is what I am calling it, initialize. Excuse my typing is way bad. Okay, initialize. So what happens when we initialize? We're actually gonna go to google.com. Okay, usually you would think we need to put our iWeb driver here to declare the iWeb driver, but no, in this case we actually declare it as a global variable. So iWeb driver equals to new Chrome driver. So it's actually a global variable in this case. We don't declare it inside the method. Now after we load, we are going to go to google.com. Okay, what did I do there? Google.com. Okay, that's https. Okay, so basically when we start executing each test case that we have, we're actually going to execute this. This is the first thing we do before we execute any test yet. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's do our first test. Let me add the method here. Okay, let's see, what can I call this? Okay, so what we're going to do here, we want it to click on advertising. Just inspect that element there. So this is a link. As you can see there, this is a link. We're going to use this as a link text. Let me go back to it. That's the link text over the advertising. So I'm going to call this method advertising. You can call it whatever you want, but doing it this way, I think it's way better for you to understand what I'm doing. So we're going to click on advertising in this test case. Obviously you can make your test cases complicated here. You can do your loops here, you can do your you can do a whole lot of things here. So I'm just doing the simplest method that we can do. So we're going to click on a button, just so simple like that. We're going to click on a link. So it's driver.find element. By, in this case we're actually using link text. You saw that, right? Link text. That's the link text over there that we're using. It's advertising. I've actually got that copied in my clipboard. Edit it. So we're going to click on it in this method. Fairly simple. Okay, after that we've got teardown. So what happens under teardown is this is the last thing that happens at the end of each test case. So what this test case will do to load google.com, then This is what the method that should be called by the NUnit test runner. It's advertising in this case. Then teardown is the method to be called immediately after each test is run. So in this case, the method that we're going to do is going to close the browser. That's normally what you would want to do. So I'm going to say public void. Let me call this close page. You can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to call this close page. Naming convention actually does matter as long as you know what you're doing. Okay, perfect. So this closes the page. Since this is going to be quite a bit fast, I want you to actually see that it's worked. So I'm not going to close the page. I'm just going to maximize the page. I will manually close it after I'm done. Perfect. So usually you would be close here, but we're not going to close, we're just going to maximize. Now, how do we see all this and how do we execute? So we go to test, Windows, you need to add your text explorer over there. And there we go. We've got our test cases are going to display here. So we've got Google. There is our first test case, advertising. Now we're just going to execute this one. Okay, my hands are off now. Still takes quite a while, huh? Let's give it a minute or less. So the build is done. Okay, so the first thing, we open www.google.com. That's the first thing that we do. And the second thing is we click on advertising. Perfect. And in the teardown, it's actually maximize instead of closing. So we should be closing, but we actually selected maximize. And just like that, we are done. And I've manually closed it. As you can see, it was all successful. So if you want to add more test cases, you just have to actually add them here. Just going to add more test cases. Still need to add that attribute, test attribute. Okay, I'm just too lazy to code again, so I'm just going to copy this now. I don't know what I clicked over there. Paste. Okay, so the next one, we want to click business. Let me just inspect there. Okay, that's the link text. Our link text now is business. Okay, let me just build the solution. As you can see, business is added over there. So we can say that's another test case. As you can see, this was successful. One test passed. Okay, business, I think all is okay now. Let's see. Okay, just going to run the whole project here. Okay, perfect. That's the first thing that happens, by the way. It goes to google.com, and the first one was business. It was advertising. The first one was advertising. And the teardown is maximize the page. So it's not going to close this. It's going to actually go to the next one. Okay, maximize. And just like that, we are done. Okay, this is the second one. It goes to business and it maximizes it. It's just finalizing. There, those are two test cases that have been completed. And it's done. Go back here. It's all a pass because they were all executed. So you can add more. You can add more test cases here. You can also add more classes. If you've got maybe in a project, you can add new item. You'll just have to follow the same thing. I think I should do this in another video, but just like that. So those are the basics of NUnit. I'll make another video with more other concepts on how to actually use NUnit and how to use it fully to the best. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like the video and let me know in the comment section if there's anything we should tackle. This is Lee and I'm signing out. Goodbye.